Hello everybody, it's Angel. I'm back making another video. Patiently waiting, twiddling my thumbs, waiting for the right time to plant the garden. We've had freezes as recently as last week, and right now in our forecast it shows nothing below freezing for the next couple of weeks. I am very hopeful that this is a trend and that we will not have another freeze until at least October. I wanted to show you guys some books that I have gotten recently. I really love them, and I thought I would share them with you because I know I'm not the only one with extra time on my hands. And if you're looking for some good books, this might be a great opportunity. Might be some good books that you would enjoy. One of them I just got in the mail today. Really excited about this one. I've only got to peek through it really quickly. Black Cats and Four-Leaf Clovers. And it's a book about the origins of old wives' tales. Something I'm very fascinated with. I absolutely love it. It's really interesting, has a lot of little fun things, really looks easy to read. Love and marriage section. There's one, it's really a lot smaller than I would like it to be, of course, but it's the flowers and trees. It's got some old wives' tales and their origins about lilies and elder and roses, mistletoe, four-leaf clover, daisies, myrtle, and dandelions. I was reading the dandelion one and I thought this was so cute. It said, as the writer Vladimir Nabokov once wrote, when the dandelions turned from suns to moons. I've never heard that before. I think that's really beautiful. I thought that was really interesting, and it talks about how many breaths it takes to blow the seeds off of the dandelions, can predict how many years till you get married or how many children you will have. It's really a cute book, and I found it fun. I'm really excited to read that. Then I also got this one. This one's a little more serious. It's the Modern Herbal Dispensatory. The Modern Herbal Dispensatory, a medicine making guide. It's really informative. I haven't really had a chance to read through it very much, but I'm very excited. It has a lot of recipes for lotions and shampoos, information about different herbs and their uses. It's just really, it looks like it's going to be one of my go-to books. It has information on extractions and different ways to get the best medicinal and health benefits out of your herbs. The next two are kind of fun, and they're both by the same author, Amy Stewart. This one here is called Wicked Plants, and it has information on different poisonous plants, intoxicating plants, illegal plants. It talks about if they are poisonous from ingestion, if they're poisonous for touching them. It has a history of these plants. Some of these plants have, killed famous people. On the cover it says the weed that killed Lincoln's mother. I know that I'm probably not the only person that is intrigued by poisonous plants. As a gardener, it's always good to know what is poisonous in your area, especially if you're doing any foraging. And I think that is similar to educating yourself on mushrooms. You definitely want to go to that kind of knowledge wide awake, with respect and with absolute assurance. You definitely do not want to maybe about those things. You want to be for sure. Then this one's kind of fun. the Drunken Botanist. I've been wanting this one for a long time. It's been on my wish list in Amazon. I finally got it. I used to be a bartender, so this one is definitely close to my heart. It talks a lot about plants that are used to make different drinks. It's really right up my alley. It's definitely something that, you know, like I said, it's been on my wish list for a long time, and I'm very excited about this one. I've peeked through it a little bit, and it's exactly what I hoped it would be. I think I'm a fan of this author, this Amy Stewart. I really do like that. So if any of these books are something that you are interested in getting, I will provide a link down in the description of this video. If you choose to use the links, you'll definitely be helping us out through our Amazon affiliate, and hopefully be getting something out of it yourself too. I only recommend the things that we use and that we appreciate, and things we find helpful and useful. If that's something you're interested in, check out the description down below. It'll have the links there for you. Another thing that I was wanting to talk to you guys about is basil. If you've watched any of my videos, if you know me at all, basil is one of my favorite plants in the garden. You know, I love all of my herbs so much, and basil is my favorite. So let's talk a little bit about basil. Now, something else I wanted to show you and kind of talk about on this video is how you can make one basil plant turn into many basil plants. Last year, Jay and I planted one basil seed and were able to get over 20 different basil plants from that one seed. And I will show you how I did that. So I had a lot of basil, and I've honestly kind of neglected it because we have way more basil than what we need. But I wanted to show you my neglect of the basil here. This is a very leggy, long, dark opal basil plant that has been watered and kept alive, but not close to a light and not pruned properly. Now, with this basil plant here, I am going to show you how you can turn this one plant into 3 very easily. What you want to do is, if you look, you can see this part of the basil plant. If you notice right here, we've got leaves, and you want to make sure you leave some leaves on the plant. I try to always make sure there's at least 4 leaves on the plant, but you want to cut it off right about here, right above where a set of leaves is growing out in either direction. I'll just take the scissors and cut right there. So this plant, in about a week or so, will start to grow, and it will strengthen this stem here, and it'll start to grow more upright because it's not being weighed down, and it will flourish. Talking's hard. It will grow very well. Basil is very tough. This is not going to hurt it. What I'm going to do here, again, I have at least 4 leaves on here. I'm going to cut right above here where the leaves, where there's 2 shoots of leaves coming out. Cutting here, and then I honestly can do it again because it's definitely long enough. So again, right above, and so I have 4 leaves here, and then I'm just going to take these 3 pieces here, and I'm going to stick them in a jar with some water. And here is a sweet potato slip that I have in here growing roots that's ready to be planted. But this is one that I've had for quite a while and is so beyond ready to be planted. But look at all of those roots from just being put into water. I keep the water full, and if anything gets weird with the water, if it starts looking kind of gross, I'll dump out all of the water and I'll add new water. We have these here, and I'm just gonna put those in the water there. Now this is a great way if you are purchasing plants that have already been started. You can buy one basil plant and turn it into many basil plants. If you somehow only have one basil seed, you can grow that one basil seed. If you're on a fixed income, this is a way that you can get a lot of plants for little cost. Now, another reason why you would want to do this is the one that has been in here the longest, that has all of the roots. If you look at this, plant, you'll notice that it has green leaves with specks of purple on it. Very beautiful, very beautiful. And that is the dark opal basil, just like the one that I just propagated. And that is what they typically look like. It doesn't have the specks. I really, really love the specks. I think that's unusual and unique. So I wanted more plants like that. So I cut and pruned specifically off of that plant to start, so that I could have more plants that have that same characteristic. What you're doing is you are cloning your basil plant. So all of these basil cuttings that I took off of this one plant here have the exact same DNA as this plant. So they will be clones of this plant. So another reason why you would want to do this is if you have a plant that has an unusual characteristic or is doing very well compared to others that are like it, and you want more of that one plant, you can do this with certain plants. Tomatoes are another one that you can do this with. I remember when I was very first gardening, I had a tomato plant and I accidentally broke a big stem off of this tomato plant, and someone had told me just stick it in the dirt. And I thought they were a little crazy at first, but I stuck that in the dirt and I had a second tomato plant just like it that was a little bit behind the other tomato plant, but it still produced quite a bit of tomatoes for me. This right here is an easy way in this season to be able to get multiple plants from one plant. Now I know a lot of people have had a hard time finding seeds and plants, so this is a good way if you know somebody that has a basil plant and you would like a basil plant. Maybe you could ask them if you could get a cutting from that basil plant. It's just a really good way to make your garden grow a little bigger, and it's a good piece of knowledge that can come in useful for a lot of different reasons. I hope you found this useful. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. It really means a lot. It makes my channel a little more visible, and it also lets me know that what I'm making the videos about is something that interests you. If you have not subscribed, I would love it if you subscribe to my channel. I'm always about making new friends. And as always, I love your guts. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching. Bye.